Hey everybody, Ed Sheeran dropped the music video for Shape of You on January 30th, and I am here to explain it to you. There's a sumo wrestler fight, there's a love interest, and then there's a division, which happens to be the name of his new album. I want to tell you more about how this works, so let me explain. Hey everybody, my name is Clifford Stummy. I'm the Pop Song Professor. Welcome to my channel where we're all about helping music lovers like you to understand the deeper meanings of popular songs so you know what your artists are saying and can enjoy your music more. Today we're talking about the music video for Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And before we go any further, I just want to do you the favor of helping you to listen to your music even more worry and tangle free. These are Tweeds earbuds. They're my favorite earbuds that I've ever used before. They're braided around the wire so they don't tangle ever. And if you use the discount code Hear the Meaning at tweeds.com, link in the description, then you can get 10% off your own pair. Alright, so let's get talking about the music video here. I originally mentioned Shape of You in my Castle on the Hill video. I talked a little bit about kind of what it means and how I felt about it, but I wanted to get a little bit deeper into the lyrics here, and let's jump into the music video. From my research, I think Ed Sheeran and his team actually wrote the song for somebody else, but then decided that there was just like a reference or two that made it sound more like it should come from Ed, so they didn't give it to anybody else. That being said, the song as a whole doesn't, I don't think, really sound like it comes from Ed, because it's sort of like this jungle beat, let's dance, sort of like I Love Your Body song. And that really is what it's about, it's just I love the shape of you. So in the pre-chorus and chorus area, we get I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do, although my heart is falling to, I'm in love with your body. And that's the point that he's trying to get across. He's starting to love her with his heart too, but initially he's just attracted to her body, and that's kind of the important thing. The music video is a little bit more complicated. Basically, Ed Sheeran is an underground prize fighter or something like that, and he is working out with his also prize fighter girlfriend in some dark like boxing practice place, right? And things seem to be going pretty well for them. They seem to love each other. Then one day she leaves, he gets super serious, starts exercising a lot, and he goes in for his like big fight or something, and it turns out that he's fighting a sumo wrestler. I looked up the name of the sumo wrestler, Yama. Actually was a pretty successful sumo wrestler. I think he was ranked 9th at one point, and he also is the heaviest sumo wrestler of all time at 584 pounds, as well as the heaviest Japanese person of all time. So, you know, that was pretty cool. But so Ed Sheeran tries to fight him, but he like all of a sudden the video takes this comic turn, and all of a sudden he's like wearing this sumo wrestler suit to try to fight him, and it doesn't work out. The guy just destroys him, and Ed Sheeran is left on the ground trying to like roll himself back onto his feet, but he can't quite do it. But right before that, we see the girl. She comes in. She was like watching the fight, and she comes in with a kick to the head, and the video cuts before the collision happens. So we don't really know what happens there, but that's the basic story of what they're giving us in this video. Now, a couple of quick interesting things to note. As Ed and the girl are dating, he seems to be the instigator of most of the romance, and she rarely ever instigates any sort of like show of affection. So most of the time he's being the sweet and affectionate one, and you know, initiating some of those affections, and she doesn't seem to be doing that as much. And so we kind of get the feeling that she's not as interested, which seems to be the case when she leaves a mouth guard and a picture of the place where this fight's gonna happen in his locker. And he just doesn't see her anymore, but it seems like it might be like a challenge from her for him to get in shape for this fight, and that maybe it's like a promise that I'll see you there. So he starts to work out. He gets super intense. It's like a Rocky Balboa montage where he's flipping tires over and running through train yards and all sorts of stuff. And then it comes time for the big fight, and he's like all pumped up and ready to go. It's like he is gonna prove something to her, and maybe he'll get her back or something like that. And then all of a sudden he hits a mountain, and it's not really a mountain, it's just Yama, this giant sumo wrestler, and there's just no way he can win. It's like she invited him there to do the impossible. Maybe she didn't know that Yama would be there, but it does seem to be a little bit cruel, maybe not, and he fights Yama. Yama takes him down, but that element of silliness that they introduce with the sumo suit and a couple of like the moves that Ed Sheeran tries, then just, you know, it's kind of comical. It's almost as if they're saying when push comes to shove, Ed Sheeran will still be Ed Sheeran. Well, as he's being picked up and twirled around by a sumo wrestler, he sees her in the crowd. I think she just kind of like smiles at him briefly, and then at the end she runs into the ring and starts to try to fight Yama too. We don't see it, right? And we know that he doesn't end up with her, because at the end of the video, the very end, that's when he's trying to roll back and forth, and he has no one to help him out. He's just kind of left alone. So either he didn't win the girl, or it was just her playing with him. Who knows? Now, you might have noticed there was something funny about the mouth guard she gave him. There was a divide sign on it, and that is the symbol and the name for his next album. It could also be the key to the meaning of this entire video. It's almost as if, though, she was sort of like a divider for their relationship. When you divide two people, you're left with two separate parts, and that's where they end up at the end of the movie. I don't know that this necessarily has an explicit connection to the lyrics of the song. I think that the lyrics of the song kind of tell the first part of the story, and then the music video continues the story with sort of this unhappy division. But also, it kind of ends comically, so you're not really thinking about the fact that they're divided, you're just kind of hoping that Ed Sheeran can figure out how to stand himself up right. And I think that those last two shots of the movie kind of tell the story decently well. It seems like they're both separated, right, because of the division, and apart from her influence, it seems like Ed is being more Ed, and she, having attempted to kick a sumo wrestler, is being more herself, we suppose. She's a very aggressive person, right? So they are left kind of separate and unique. And maybe that's one of the themes of the Divide album as a whole. We'll have to see. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope that you enjoyed this video explaining the meaning of the Shape of You music video by Ed Sheeran. If that's something that you're excited about, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can join the song meaning community. Check out some of the other videos on this channel, and comment below a song you'd like to hear me explain. And don't forget to check out my Patreon account. It's an awesome place for us to connect deeper and for you to actually decide which songs I'm going to explain. It's going to be super fun, people. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.